because you know what? We have a very, very well-known, many, awards actor who's done some of the best work around.
I think he just fell asleep listening to your introduction.
He's like, what?
Work
Stop.
is fine, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. And he's in a play about the real people who were convicted of crimes they didn't commit, and because of DNA and other overwhelming evidence, they were exonerated. That's the name of the play, Exonerated.
And now on the 10th anniversary of the award-winning play, Culture Project is bringing it back with a rotating cast. And joining us to talk about it is Brian Dennehy and Allan Buchman, the founder of the Culture Project. Nice to see you both. This is a tale of both theater and remarkable stories of wrongful conviction. Allan, why don't you begin and tell us a little bit about the project?
Well, the writers came to me a number of years ago after hearing a testimony at Columbia University and said they had this idea for a play about people that were wrongfully convicted, and that I think it was a good idea. And I got chills down my spine. I said, this is the reason to have a theater. And I gave them $1,000 and sent them on their way throughout the country to interview all these people. And I said, you have to have a script for me before the elections. And they came back and they had interviewed 40 people, and it just was incredibly moving.
Brian, why did you want to get involved with this?
Well, of course, it's an extraordinary story. These are real people who were wrongfully convicted, screwed over by the system, lousy lawyers, no proper investigations, in many cases just victims of circumstances, wound up spending 10, 12, 15 years in prison before finally, usually friends and family, in some cases DNA, but a lot of times just people searching through records, interrogation reports, saying, wait a minute, something has been done here that's absolutely wrong. The stories themselves are fantastic. The people are great people. They're all us. They're all people who we recognize and know, with families and kids.
Did you get to meet any of these people that you talked about?
In fact, Sonny Jacobs is one of the most extraordinary stories. After the system realized that she, in fact, was innocent, she still spent 14 years in prison after that because she would not sign a release saying, no, I'm not absolving you for responsibility for the last 10 or 12 years of my life. In any case, there are heartbreaking stories, real stories, and powerful theater as a result.
Brian, what's the difference between doing theater like this and doing theater where you are playing a made-up character?
Well, of course, there are, in many cases, the actual person that you're playing. I've gotten to know Gary Gauger and his wife, and you get to know these people, and you realize that they spent time, all those years, in a cage someplace for something that they didn't do. So that's a whole different story than meeting a writer, who was sitting at the Warwick Hotel for 6 months writing something. And you feel, every time you read the material, you feel tremendous anxiety and energy as an actor, because you're telling a real story. And the people out there, of course, are hearing it for the first time, usually open-mouthed, because it's hard to believe that such a thing could happen in this country. But it happens all too often.
Allan, tell us how we can go see the play. Is it limited run, or?
It's through November 4th. Actually, next week, Sonny Jacobs is going to portray herself in the cast.
Oh, my goodness.
Not to be missed, really, not to be missed.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to see some real, you can't call it performance, because this is storytelling at its most sensational. They should come to see Sonny.
Where's the theater?
So the theater is at 45 Bleecker Street, the Culture Project. It runs Tuesday through Sunday. 2 performances on Sunday, and it'll run through November 4th with a rotating cast. And Sonny, there's not an iota of bitterness in her. She's the most amazing human being, and she's an inspiration.
Thank you both for being here. Since 1989, when the first DNA exoneration took place, an additional 292 post-conviction DNA exonerations have been won across 36 states. Go see the theater and learn something at the same time with some remarkable performances and testimony in some cases. Thank you so much for being here.
We'll put the information on our website, myfoxny.com. Click on the Good Day tab, and we'll tell you how you can get tickets. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Coming up.